There are two ways, folks, to arrive at the desired outcome or the destination. There's the first way that I've just explained, where you've invested the diligent time and effort into the process along the journey, and you arrive at the destination, and you achieve the desired outcome through your blood, sweat, your effort. You feel this sense that you've earned what it is that you've got in this life. That's one way you can arrive at the destination. You can arrive there feeling like you've truly earned what you've got, and having that feeling of pride in yourself, feeling proud of yourself, feeling like you've earned your own self-respect. You can go into any room in your house where there's a mirror, and you can look at yourself in the mirror and you can feel proud. You can puff your chest out, pin your shoulders back and say, you know what? Pat on the back. I earned this. And I did it the right way. I did it through diligent effort, energy, and time invested in a process. That's one way that you can arrive at the destination. There's a second way that you can arrive at the destination. And you know what the second way is? Cutting corners, stabbing people in the back, throwing them onto the bus, and cheating. That's the second way that you can arrive at the destination and achieve the desired outcome. Now, answer me this, folks. Are you going to have the same feeling of pride in your actions? Are you going to feel proud of yourself? Are you going to earn your own self-respect if you take the second route towards our destination or desired outcome? What sort of a feeling do you think you're going to have if you arrive at the destination knowing that you haven't invested the diligent time, energy, and effort in the process throughout the journey, and instead of doing that, you have fucked people over, stabbed them in the back, you've cheated, you've scammed people? What sort of a feeling do you think you're going to have if that's how you arrive at the destination? I'm going to describe the feeling to you in one word. Disgust. You will feel disgusted at yourself. And even if no one else knows that you have cheated, let's imagine you've pulled off this spectacular scam where you have been cheating, lying, deceiving, and screwing people over, throwing them onto the bus, cutting corners. Let's imagine you've schemed your way to the destination, but nobody realizes that you haven't actually earned what it is that you've accomplished. You've fucked and screwed people over. And you've cheated and cut corners. Let's imagine nobody knows that. So you arrive at the destination and everybody is applauding you and cheering your name and saying, well done, you achieved what you set out to achieve. And you're getting all of this esteem, all of this admiration from people. What's the problem here, folks, with this second route that we can take towards the destination? Well, you see, here's the problem. You see all that esteem that you're going to get, all of that admiration, because of course people don't know. People don't know what your process was. You've managed to conceal all of the shady stuff that you've been getting up to. Nobody knows about that. But you see, someone does know. There's one person that does know. And do you know who that person is? You. You know. You know that you cheated. You know that you screwed people over. You know that you cut corners. You know that you didn't diligently engage with the process and the journey. And you know what that will result in? It'll result in a feeling of disgust. You will be disgusted at yourself. And you know what'll happen? You lose your own self-respect. You won't even have your own self-respect. And so you get to the destination. You achieve, you actually literally, you get what you were looking. But then, you know what happens? You know what you realize if you do that? What you realize is, oh dear, you know what? I thought it was all about the destination and the outcome. That's what you thought. And because you thought it was all about the destination and the outcome, you just found any way to get yourself there. Screwing people over, cheating and cutting corners. You didn't care. You just wanted to get there. And then see, once you get there, you realize that there's a hollow feeling inside. And see, whenever you get that hollow feeling is one of disgust. There's an emptiness. You're getting no positive feedback from your own mind. Your own internal audience is disgusted at your own actions. And you can feel this emptiness, this hollowness inside. Because while nobody else knows that you cheated your way to the destination, you do. And it's only then, in a moment like that, do you realize, oh dear, I have been looking at life the wrong way. Life, folks, is not about the destination. It really isn't. The destination, or the desired outcome, that's like the cherry on top. It's very nice when you arrive at the destination that you were looking to arrive at. It's very nice. It's a very satisfying feeling, as I've said. But it's only a satisfying feeling if you've earned your way there. It's not just good enough, folks, to reach the destination. It's about how you reach the destination. It's not about reaching it, but how you reach the destination. In other words, it's actually about the journey. It's about the process that leads to the desired outcome. It's about the journey that leads to the destination. That is what life is all about. Yes, the destination and the outcome, that's the cherry on top. But realize, folks, if you haven't earned your way there, the destination doesn't count for shit. Because you're going to have the hollow, empty feeling. You won't have your own self-respect. You won't feel proud of yourself. You won't feel like you've earned it. You will feel disgusted. And folks, this is critically important to understand because so many of you out there, you want to cut corners. You want to try and find any way. It doesn't matter who you screw over. It doesn't matter how you cheat your way to the destination. It doesn't matter what sort of a corner you cut. There are those of you out there who think it's all about the destination. That it's all about the outcome. And it isn't. And it's only when you arrive there. It's only when you arrive there and you feel that hollowness, that emptiness, that lack of self-respect, that lack of pride, that feeling of disgust. It's only then do you realize, oh my goodness, it was never about the destination. I thought it was about the destination. I thought it was about this outcome. But then you realize, it actually isn't. It's about the journey. It's about the process. And it's about how I have engaged with the process. Have I earned my way to the destination?